We left Britain 16 years ago to go and make a new life in New Zealand, and this year we returned back to England to spend 4 months living in the old home country. It was just horrible. They were really, really loud, like banging on the windows and like pointing at people on the station and just being awful. Sit back and let us share with you some things about the UK that you can't get anywhere else in the world, only in England. I'm leaving on a jet plane.
Don't know
when I'll be back again. Oh, I'm so glad, because I just said to Brian, please sing with me. And he's like, no, I'm not singing.
Yeah, so I can't sing to save my life.
Yes, you can.
No,
You're a really good singer.
Yeah.
We are leaving the UK. We've been here for 4 months and we are now about to leave again. We are Liz and Brian, husband and wife. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hello, I'm Brian.
And we have been in New Zealand. We live in New Zealand. We've been there for 16 years. We're British, obviously. I say obviously, maybe you won't be able to know that we're British, and we've been back in England for the last 4 months and we're about to leave. Yeah. And again. And today we wanted to share with you the things that we flipping love about England. Absolutely love it.
And it's leaving those things behind, isn't it? It really is, yeah.
And it's always the way, because when you're about to leave somewhere, you really zone in on those things that you're going to miss, don't you? You know, and
you start seeing things in a different light all of a sudden. We have talked about seeing things in a different light, but it's like you start, where are we going to be next week? That sort of thing, isn't it? And then I really appreciate the walk I'm doing today. We
are going to tell you where we're going, but not till the end of the show. You won't be able to believe it. I'll give you a clue. It begins with A, so you could just have a little think about that.
Right.
What?
Does it start with A?
Yes.
Is it?
Why?
Okay.
Does it not?
Not really.
Why? Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, so yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Actually, Brian.
Okay. Got my microphone today, look.
What do you miss about that? Oh, I've got a fantastic story to share with you in a bit. Just wait for this. You won't be able to believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
We couldn't believe it, could we, Brian?
What?
The train story.
No. See, that's the thing you don't see much of in New Zealand, is trains all over the place, you know?
And that story on the train is something you would never, ever, ever see in New Zealand. And to be honest, I can't imagine you'd see it anywhere else. Oh, the bell. Oh.
Only two.
What?
What, 2 bells?
We've been staying in, where is it we are?
Freshford.
Freshford.
We got that wrong last week, didn't you?
Just outside Bath, in England, the UK. And we've been here for 3 months, a month in Somerset and then 3 months here. And it's been absolutely glorious. It's just been the most idyllic, beautiful time we could have ever wished for.
We've had such amazing weather. We haven't had the grey.
No, we haven't.
We've had blue, to be honest.
We have, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this podcast, then you'll see where we are. But if you're listening to this podcast on audio, we are standing on the stoop. Do you remember last week we told them about the stoop outside our house, outside our rented house? We're standing on that stoop. And behind us is a... what's it called? Wisteria. Oh, what's wrong with my brain today?
That's
a wisteria that covers the whole of the front door. So English, so beautiful. The building is Bath stone. It's yellow and mellow and divine. And behind us is the most glorious colours of yellow and green and orange and just beautifulness. Beautifulness, Brian, isn't it?
It is. It's absolutely
just had to
gorgeous.
tell you that in case you can't see us.
And this, if you're looking on the video, you'll see the little arch windows up behind. That was a brewery.
Yeah.
And those different floors with the malt houses and things like that, and where they did all the brewery and then worked down to the bottom, and then out it went in barrels. Yeah. And there's a little pub that was called the Greyhound Pub just around the corner from where we are. It's a house now. Yeah.
So talking about pubs, this is our first thing that we are going to miss about England so much. Is the pub. And we went there last night, didn't we, Brian?
Yeah, we did. And it's about a good 15, 20, maybe 20 minute walk to it, isn't it? Yeah, because we haven't got a car at the moment.
Yeah, because that knackered, bangered.
That went kaput.
That went kaput.
German crap. Yeah.
And yeah, we went to the pub.
Yeah, I
And
love Japanese cars, mate.
we don't go out much. That's the thing. And last night we went to the pub, and it honestly felt like I was walking into the Rovers Return pub. And you go in, and it's like this low ceiling, even though you said to me last night, pubs aren't what they used to be, didn't you?
No, do you know what? Ever since they stopped smoking inside places, I can never get back to that feeling of a good old English pub, which just used to smell of cigarette smoke and beer and all those things. Now it just smells like you got into a shop or something, with just a bit sterile.
Well, this is supposed to be like
apart from a bit of booze on the floor. Maybe.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be like a positive thing that we're going to miss about the UK. Now you've just told everyone that you don't like the pub because it's sterile.
No, I didn't. I said it's just not the same as when I were a lad.
No,
and even in my
because you can't smoke.
Your 20s, yeah. It's not that I ever smoked, but it was just that smell of walking into a pub. That it was the warmthness of it, with the smoke and the ambience. And maybe they should just get a smoke machine and blast it around. I don't know.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
Last night I finished my book. I'm writing my second book, and I finished that book yesterday. I sent it off to the formatter, and to celebrate, we said let's just walk to the pub. Let's walk to the local pub. So the local pub is in the village, and it's one of those. It's like a modern. It's a beautiful pub, absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. It's quite modern, isn't it?
They modernised it, and
inside
you can see it wasn't done by the brewery, because the brewery, they sort of used to lavish money on refurbishments of ancient old properties, because it's got to be built in the 1600s or the 1700s, that pub, hasn't it? Because the ceilings literally this high with English oak in the, and what the story is the locals got together and said, let's renovate the old pub, and they put the money up. So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a brewery that did it, but they've done a great job. It's called the Hop Pole.
Yeah,
the Hop Pole Inn, and it was busy.
It was packed.
Yeah.
And the thing that I loved, and the reason I wanted to talk to you about it today, is we were sitting there, right? We just, there was nowhere to sit. And Brian's, should we sit by the fire? I'm too hot. I've got my coat on. I'm just going to start sweating if we sit next to the fire. So we sat at the back of the wall at the pub on this pew, this church pew, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like that, yeah.
And it had cushions, and it was brilliant because we were sitting there and we could see the whole of the pub. And it's a tiny little pub. We ordered 2 glasses of red wine and we sat there. We dragged a stool over and we put it in between me and Brian. I had a packet of scampi fries, which I adore, and you had a packet of pork scratchings. Which you said were a bit fatty, but you ate them anyway.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And you know what? I was looking round and observing people, and people were coming into the pub and taking their coats off because it was a really wet, windy night. Yeah. And they were taking their coats off and they were hanging them on the peg behind the door. This peg, I was only about 3 pegs, and it was just full of all these coats. Yeah. And I thought, it reminded me of, and I'm really aware of things like this at the moment, this need of community and togetherness and someone looking after us. And it just reminded me of going around to your grandma's house, and just throwing your coat on the peg and then I am home, and I don't know, it just felt really, really lovely to witness that, even though we didn't take our coats off. Because I was really jealous. I was jealous of that, community, homeliness, that comfortableness that people felt, that they could just walk in, look over at the bar, all right, mate, and look at the barman, and just take the cup. And I just thought, I don't know if you get that anywhere else in the world. I don't know.
Do you know? Yeah, and you don't know, because like you say, that there was that guy who walked in, he walked halfway across the room and then realised he had his coat on. Like you say, says hello, turns around, hangs his coat up, and that's what kind of hit home, didn't it? It was just like, he just feels so comfortable in the pub.
And they bring their dogs everywhere. Why did you do that when I said that?
What?
You went like that, yeah.
Huh?
No?
No.
You not got anything that you want to say about the dogs?
No, yeah.
What?
Well, it's not everybody likes dogs, really, do they?
Well, we do, though.
Yeah, I quite like dogs, but I don't like other people's dogs.
Do you know what? I think you're a dog faker, Brian. You tell me you like dogs, but deep down, I don't know if you do.
No, I do like dogs.
Do you?
And if I'm looking after a dog, I don't mind it. But someone else's dog that just comes in, I don't know. And people just like, sorry about that. And I'm like, sorry about what? You're sticking its nose in me crutch. Is that what you're sorry about? Not sorry as me.
Yeah. Actually, it's a good job you do like dogs because we're going to be telling you something in a bit. But yeah. Do you know what? I tell you what. Isn't it funny how when you start looking around, dogs and their owners...
Yeah, I know. That's what we always say. That 101 Dalmatians, isn't it? You know, at the start, that opening scene.
Yeah, there's this woman I saw the other day, and she's like striding down. She's like really fit, and she had a strong face, and just like really like, I don't want to say thin. She wasn't thin, but she just looked like this, like, you know, and her dog was a greyhound. So I just thought, it's just perfect. Yeah. It's just perfect. Yeah. And we've been really looking at that, haven't we?
You just notice it more and more, don't you? Yeah.
So yeah, the pub, that we didn't eat because it was a bit pricey, wasn't it? How much did it cost you for those 4 glasses of wine, by the way? I didn't ask.
There were 2 medium glasses of wine, so they're a little bit bigger than the 125 ml. I think they're more like 150 or something like that, not a 175. I think for 2 glasses was around about £15. So it's a car going by. I don't know if it's going to stop.
£30 then.
£30, yeah, because we had two glasses of wine in the end, didn't we?
Now here's the thing.
What?
It's not cheap.
No, but Tess did pay her rent yesterday, so maybe I just thought, well, why not?
Oh no, yeah, we were celebrating. Yeah. I don't mean that. I'm glad that we went. You know, I don't regret going, but I'm just thinking. Do you remember in the days when, like, every night your dad went to... Well, my dad did. Maybe your dad wasn't the same as my dad. No. Didn't he? No. Okay, my dad did. Yeah. Every night, my dad would just go down the pub. Every night. He'd have all his friends down there, you know, to leave his kids at home. Yeah. I'd just go down the pub.
I know.
And you just think, how did they afford to do it? Was it cheaper back then?
Do you know, it's all kind of relative, isn't it? You know, I remember the first pint I ever bought from a pub was 38p, which, you know, that was, you know, that's $1, I suppose. And that would have been in around about 1980, something like that, 81. Yeah, something like that.
Because for £60, £30.
Yep.
So what's that, about 70 New Zealand dollars? I don't know how many US it is, probably about 50 US dollars.
Yeah.
You couldn't afford to do that every night, could you?
Yeah, but you can't, can you? And that's the thing, isn't it? You know, it's even like talking about smoking. I was talking to my hairdresser the other day, Joe, who used to be our next door neighbour in the cafe when we had it in Bath, and he just said, who can afford to smoke these days? Because I asked him, was he still smoking? He said, no, I gave up 20 years ago, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, yeah.
Same with drinking, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and there's quite a few pubs that have closed around here, but some of them are starting to reopen, aren't they?
I know. Yeah. So yeah, that was our number one thing, like, you know, the whole pub culture. And we have got pubs in New Zealand. If you're not from New Zealand and you're watching this, we have got pubs in New Zealand. But you told me that you thought Butler's Reef, which is down by Okura, where we live in New Zealand, it's a pub. So what's the difference between that and our pub? So
there's the thing. Now, they're not pubs.
Why?
They're bars. And I always think there's a difference between a pub. I know it's a public house, that's what it's short for, which just means it's a licensed place. But they feel more like bars, like a bar in America. It's a bar. It's not a pub. You know, there's a couple in New Plymouth that are borderline it, but then it still feels like a bar or a sports bar, or it just doesn't feel like where we were last night, you know? It doesn't feel like a good old English pub. They feel like bars, which is bordering the US sort of way of doing things. Yeah.
I just feel like if you were really lonely, you know, and you just wanted company and a community and a family and people around you, I don't think you can beat a British pub.
No,
I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't think you can beat it. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Even though I'm always rattling on about, it's too expensive and all that.
Yeah.
I just love it. So, yeah.
No, I do. I don't think you can beat it, because me and Sonny are going out, and this is quite a new pub in the city of Bath. We go out Monday nights and go and play 8-ball pool. And we're just getting into the swing of it, and it's just like we're really enjoying it. And then maybe go and get a bite to eat, or, you know, if everywhere's closed because it's a Monday night when we go out, then hit McDonald's and then get a train ride home or something, you know.
Yeah.
And it's great.
And you told me last week, because you've been going out, you told me that the guys that you were talking to at the pub, were saying to you, I earn 300 quid to tell that story. It's so good.
There's a guy. They went to break, and there's two pool tables, They broke the balls, but then the cue ball flew off, bounced off our table, and landed on the floor. And Sonny bent down to pick it up and handed it back. The guy was astonished that Sonny had actually picked it up and given it to back. So he shook his hand and said, "Thanks very much, mate."
Why was he astonished?
Oh, because you normally wouldn't do that for someone, would you? You know,
Wouldn't you?
They just know, because the person who sends it flying tends to pick it up. And then they did it again. I picked it up. And then the other guy, and then they just started talking to us.
Did you just come over and shake your hand?
Yeah, he shook my hand because I picked the cue ball up for him because it had gone under the table, and I bent down and picked it up and gave it to him. And he was dressed in his high vis, like he was only about, I think he was 21, 22, and he goes, "Oh mate, my name's Webby. What's your name?" And I went, "Oh, my name's Brian." I said, I said, what's Webby? And he goes, "Well, because my surname is Webb." And then he goes,
Obviously.
He goes, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just over here on holiday at the moment." And he said, I do powder courts." I said, "All right." He said, "I'm working up in Glen Eagles next week doing a powder court." He said, "I've got 3 years work ahead of me."
What's a powder court?
Like a all-weather pitch thing,
Okay.
like a dry court that they can do things on, like, you know, but you can play tennis on it or do whatever you want to do on it, I suppose. He just said it's a court, and he said, "I've taught myself how to dig. I haven't got a license for a digger." He said, "But I can drive a digger. I've been driving them for the last 3 years, like, you know." And he was just giving me his life story, and even down to how much money he was getting a day.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay.
And when you told me that, because he said to me, "I'm on 300 quid a day," or whatever he was on, like,
whatever
you know?
it was. Yeah.
Again, this is a thing, we've talked about this stacks. If you're a regular listener of this podcast, you'll know that we talk about what the shock was when we moved to New Zealand, of like, no one talks about money. And in Britain they do, you know.
He was so proud of how much money he was on. He was down to like something like, I don't know, £187 a day or something, I'm guessing, like, you know, which equates to quite a lot, like, you know, the best part of £1,000 a week, isn't it? Like, you know, it's £50,000 a year, that sort of thing, you know, or whatever it is. Oh, he's really proud of it, yeah. And not only that he had 3 years of work ahead of him. It was just like, how cool is that?
Do you know what I love? I love it when people meet you and they go, "That's a nice coat. I know, 20 quid. 20 quid for the charity shop. Not bad, is it?"
There you go.
You have to say that when you're English. You just have to. It's like, you can't not say how much you're earning, how much your house costs, what you've got left on your mortgage, and how much your coat was, how much the wine was.
We talked about tall poppy syndrome last week, didn't we, in New Zealand? And it's kind of the reverse here. It's like, I'm not a tall poppy, so because I only spent 20 quid on this. Like,
do you know what though, Bri? Again, this is a thing with the English, so the British, you know, there's this thing of, you have to, maybe it's just me and you, because I know you'll like it as well. It's almost like you have to justify, like, I've spent that much, but, you know, I made it back, and we're going to do the same to you in a minute. We're going to tell you, you're going to know exactly what I mean when we tell you our story about where we're going next. It's that thing of, it's costing me that, but, you know, it's not bad because I've saved it on that, so it's all right. Yeah. And I don't know what that is. I don't know why we have this. Oh, Sonny's just turned back up from the gym now. I told you, he's not going to be able to get past the microphone and the camera.
He can say hello then, can't he?
We might just have to pause the thing, because he's going to probably just think, "Oh no." Yeah. But yeah, it's that. Go on, you can come.
Only if you say hello, though.
We just said, "Oh, Sonny's just been to the gym," so we've just been talking about you and your pool night.
It's quite hard to get around that. Do you want to give me that? You got it. There we go.
Oh, not even saying hello to our YouTube people who love you.
Only streams to 250,000 people in one hit. Just couldn't say hello. Not your podcast,
He just thinks, "What are you doing?"
I know, yeah.
Why can't you just be normal? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. That was the guys at the pub.
Yeah, and like I say, it's just nice people, and that's what I say. It's to hear young people just coming up and starting talking to you. It's great to see that confidence in them, that they can do that. Like,
got another story about confidence in young people in a minute. Yesterday we went to the butcher's. So before me and Bri left to come to New Zealand, to go to New Zealand rather, keep forgetting we're not there, left to go to New Zealand 16 years ago, I owned my own burger van, and I had a pitch down on an industrial estate, and I was making burgers and selling sausage sandwiches and bacon butties and stuff like that. And Bri, what did you do?
Well, you know what I did. I had my own heating and plumbing company.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and bathroom renovations and even kitchen renovations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you trying to sell?
Next door to
Are you
Plum
trying to sell
Centre,
to them?
where Liz had the van.
Yeah. And it was called Queenie's. And I used to pride myself on the fact that everything was proper. You know,
Local as well.
Yeah, local. I didn't buy any crap. It was all good stuff. And where I used to get my meat from for the burgers, I used to sell these gorgeous big, like, quarter pounders, half a pounders. I used to get it from a local butcher just up the road in a place called
Oldfield Park.
Oldfield Park, yeah.
Yeah, Moreland Road.
And he was the loveliest guy. And every Friday I'd go up there and I'd put my order in. I used to spend a fortune with him because it was a busy little van. And he'd always see me, hiya Queenie, because that's what my van was called, Queenie's. And, you know, and how many sausages do you want today? You know, how much mince do you want today? And all this. And then when we're leaving to go to New Zealand, I had to go in and say, you know, I've sold the van and we're moving to New Zealand. And yesterday we got the train down to Oldfield Park, didn't we?
From Freshford here.
Yeah, from Freshford, because you wanted to go and sort out your international driving licence, but we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm just going to go in and see if he's still there. So I walked down to the butcher's and there he was in the window with his white butcher's coat on, like fiddling with his sausages, you know, just arranging his things in his window. And I went in and I thought, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say, hi, do you remember me? Because we were going in for 4 steaks anyway, because we were celebrating last night, as you know. So we celebrated by buying 4 steaks for dinner. And I went in and he went, afternoon, what can I get you? And he looked at me and I could see him looking at me. And I went, hi. I said, I'm after 4 steaks. And he went, yep. And I could see him and he was like this, wasn't he? He was like, you know, you can see someone, where do I know that face from? And in the end, I just said, do you remember me? And he said, do you know what? He said, I do, but I don't know when from. I don't know where from, he said. I said, I'm Liz. I used to own Queenie's, the burger van down the road. And he was just like, he was
blown away,
made
wasn't he?
up,
Yeah, he
wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
He was like, I cannot believe it's been 16 years and you've come in and seen me. And I'm like, I can't believe it's been 16 years and you look so flipping amazing.
He was, because he was 72, wasn't he?
He was.
And he was, like you say, he said, I was 50, what would have been 56 or something like that.
He was, 58, I think he was.
56,
and now he's,
58,
he's the same age as my mum. That was the thing that we said was like, oh, I just couldn't believe it. You know, and we were chatting away. But this is the thing. And this isn't to say that we don't have this in New Zealand, because we do. But somehow here it's a little bit more local, maybe.
Yeah, I think because he said to me, he said it's probably a bit more expensive than New Zealand. I said, yeah, bloody is as well, because for some reason beef in England is just astronomical and the lamb isn't far behind it. I'm not saying it's not expensive in New Zealand, but it's almost double the price for anyone who wants to know. But I just said, we do have butchers, but again, even like in England, everyone's going over to the supermarket way of buying meat, and it's just, you're losing that traditionalness of that.
Yeah.
You know, the way they've sourced the meat, how long, whatever they've done with it and matured it and this, that and the other. It's just not quite the same, is it?
I know.
You know, I know you can go to Waitrose and get all that matured stuff, but it's just not the same as buying it from the guy who's done it all his life. That's all you know.
Yeah.
You know, because you give us a bit of a story, didn't he? He said, you know, when I was a lad, he said, we'd come into the butcher like this. He said, you'd ask for 2 pork chops. He said, literally, the guy, he sort of shift around, grab them, and then throw them there, wrap them up. You never got to see what you were having until you got home, like, you know, and you opened it up.
He said they were really rude. He said, when I was an apprentice, he said, butchers, he said, they were rude.
He said, I didn't
really
want to go down
rude.
that route, did I? He said, I wanted to, you know, be chatty and everything, just be, he said, I couldn't believe it. All these little tiny planes flying over.
Yeah. So it was just really lovely to see that. Like I say, and it was funny because he said, what, in New Zealand? He said they have butchers and everything. It's like, no, you know, we don't have butchers in New Zealand. We're just going. But it was also funny because he'd known me as a young mum with a burger wagon, and now he said, so what are you doing now then? I said, oh, we live in New Zealand, and you know, we support people who move into New Zealand. And Brian said to him, he said, we've got our own land and we have our own sheep, like, you know, that we've, like, in the past, we don't anymore because we've got too attached to them, but in the past we would have them slaughtered and we'd eat our own meat, you know. And he couldn't believe that, could he?
No.
He was
He
just
like, oh, wow.
He's
He
like,
said,
really? You do that? You know, and I was like...
It's the worst thing we can do is ever name the sheep. Don't ever name the sheep.
I know.
And all our sheep have got names now, so they can't go.
I know. They're all pets now. So now we do go to the local butchers instead. But yeah, I just, again, it's that... just watching people coming in and going, oh yeah, you're open late on a Friday afternoon, aren't you? Well, yeah, we've gone. Gonna get. I don't know. It was just like it reminded me of Coronation Street. You know, when you go into like the local shop and you feel.
It's that late 60s, early 70s, that sort of feel, didn't it? It just, it was a traditional shopping street.
Yeah.
In they say in Oldfield Park, in just at the other side of the tracks.
Yeah.
In Bath,
And I
it's
said,
not as posh.
No,
it's nice though.
And I said to you, didn't I? I said, God, I really love the feel of this whole community thing. I don't know. We didn't have it when we were here. We kept, and we still do in New Zealand. We keep ourselves to ourselves. We've got a local cafe in New Zealand, and we've got our Foursquare.
And we have our local butcher, Tony from TLC.
Yeah, we do have our local butcher, Tony from TLC. I know. I'm not saying that, but I just mean,
Doesn't
I think
feel the same, does it? Yeah.
I think it's because England has got villages where like
well here's the thing,
or am I just seeing things that aren't there?
You look at Tony from TLC Butchers in New Plymouth, he's in a strip mall, which means you drive in through one side, and there's car parking in the middle, and you can park anywhere in that square sort of thing. And this is not the same as a traditional butcher on the main street, New Plymouth has got Devon Street, which is what is the longest commercial street in New Zealand, but I didn't think it's got a butcher's on it.
What, Devon Street?
Yeah,
it has.
Where?
Remember that one with the butcher stuff?
No.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Anyway,
if you live in New Plymouth, let me know, because I've never seen a butcher on that street.
Oh, Bri, shall we tell the truth about the meat?
The meat?
Yeah.
Why?
Shall we?
You can do.
Well, I don't want to, but I've got to say,
what?
British beef, Bri.
What?
I prefer New Zealand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, British beef people.
I know. And I never thought I'd say that, but we had steak last night and it was lovely. Really, really lovely.
It's all grass-fed in England, but it's, I don't know, just...
It's not a patch.
Just don't know.
It's, why is that? But mushrooms here are better.
Yeah, what is that?
Mushrooms in England are better than mushrooms in New Zealand. In England, they taste earthy and old, and not old like as in manky, like just earthy.
They just have more earthiness to them. That's.
But steak...
Maybe because there's more shit here. You just don't know, do you?
But steak, no, I don't know. I like my New Zealand steak.
I know, and lamb.
But I want you to know that if you are in Bath and you go to the butcher's, please go to Oldfield Park and see that butcher. He is the most generous, beautiful, gorgeous man, and his meat is divine.
Yeah,
absolutely divine. We've got some nice lamb shanks that we're having on Sunday, aren't we, Bri?
Yeah, we are. Slow roasted.
Yeah. Right, our final thing that we want to talk to you about before we tell you where we're going to the country that begins with A. The final thing that we want to share with you is something that happened on the train on the way home from Bath last week. I do want to just say that if you are listening to this podcast with children, you need to just send them out now, because I'm going to have to swear to tell you this story. So if you don't like bad language, then you need to just switch off.
Yeah, and
because I can't tell the story without swearing in it. So
okay,
you have.
Well, you do, but when you hear the story, you'll understand why I'm going. Well, does it really matter?
Yeah, I know, but I don't want children to be listening, and then not that children would listen to this podcast, but I just thought I needed to tell you this. So something happened last week that we couldn't believe. We absolutely couldn't believe it, and we said afterwards, like, where would that ever happen? And we can't decide whether it was genius or complete and utter weird and out of order. So here's the story. So we'd been into Bath for the day, me and Bri, and we get the train from Freshford to Bath and then Bath to Freshford, and it's a six minute train ride. And we'd been in shopping, and we got on the train, we got the 5:20 train or 5 o'clock train. So it was heaving. It was really, really, it was half term. No, it wasn't. It wasn't half term because the kids were in uniform. It wasn't half term, but it was 5:20. So all the kids from the schools in Bath or Bristol or wherever they went to school were on the train going home to wherever they were going home to.
Yeah.
So we're on the platform. It's absolutely chock-a-block. You know, when you just think, I'm not going to get a seat. Train pulls up. All these kids in front of us, piling on. Everyone just just pushing like this, just trying to get on the train. Anyway, we get on the train, and to the right of us is a seat of 4. You know, where there's 2 facing each other, like, you know, in a 4. Excuse me. And, oh no, why is it when I'm telling a story, someone comes?
I'm telling a story.
And in the 4 were kids. And me and Brian managed to get a seat behind them in the... see what I say about dogs?
There it is.
Yeah. 2 really, really healthy, strong Wellington-wearing people...
You would have seen them coming down.
leading
between
2
us.
dogs that are just big and Wellington-wearing dogs.
Yeah.
They just look
We call
lovely.
them Wellington dogs.
This is so interesting. Anyway, so we get on the train and we sit down behind these kids, these 4 kids. They were about, I'm going to say they were about 10 or 11, maybe 11 or 12. Do you reckon? No, they weren't 10.
No,
they were about
yeah.
11 or 12.
But yeah, they just started maybe secondary school. Yeah, so 11.
12, 11, 12, not 13, maybe
quite,
11
no.
or 12. And they were there, and bearing in mind, people were on the train with young kids, there were old people on the train, it was packed full of people. And me and Brian sat down, and just like, you know what it's like, you get on the train, you just like, you know, keep yourself to yourself. And these 4 kids that were on this train, in these seats, were effing and blinding like you would not believe. Like, I'm not just talking about, oh, F off, not that. Like, what the F, he's an effing C, F, you know, like, just everything.
It was
appalling
right, as they call it.
language. It was, and really, really loud, like really loud. Like looking out the window going, oh, look at that effing bitch, you know, no, and just like, and everyone was like looking at each other and then looking away as if like, and I felt sorry for the people with the young kids because it's making me nervous to tell this story because I know I've got to swear, but it was just horrible. They were really, really loud, like banging on the windows and like pointing at people on the station and just being awful, weren't they?
Little brats.
Absolute
Not being
little
school kids
brats.
At the end of the day,
yeah,
but actually
but
vocal.
Language was just.
Yeah, because one of them
you've
would
never
swear
heard
and
it.
then said, "Oh, you shouldn't be swearing like that because there's a little kid over there." But
I
as
don't
if like,
effing give an effing
Yeah.
toss.
You just
You know,
think,
just
okay.
like really, really, really loud. Anyway, we're sitting there, I thinking, just please, can't wait to get off this train. Just before the train pulls out of Bath, a gentleman gets on the train who had a tweed jacket on, cords, is about 6'2". He was about a bit older than you, I'm going to say about 67, something like that. Grey hair, very distinguished looking. He had a scarf, a cashmere scarf on, and it was round his neck, and he'd flicked it over to the side. And hello.
Sorry.
And he gets onto the train and he sits down, and I could see he had his paper. I mean, I'm making him sound like an English gentleman, and he certainly was. Oh.
Always the
So
way, isn't it?
it is, because we've been telling the story and absolutely no one has been past. And then, so yeah, he gets onto the train and he is wearing this scarf and he sits down on this. There was one little 2 seat at the side by the window, and he sits down, and he was right adjacent to this 4 table. So he sits down and you could see him. I was watching, I kept my eyes on him, and of course the language is going and it's going and it's screaming and they're shouting. And the guy, like, you know, you could see him prickling. He was just like, he was looking around, he was looking at the little kids and looking at the parents, and no one would give him eye contact. He leans over and he goes, "Excuse me, boys." And one of the kids goes, "Yeah," because they had a real South West Country accent. And he said, "Does this train stop at Bradford-on-Avon, do you know?" And he went, yeah, stops at Bradford on Avon. It's going Bradford on Avon. Let's go on Trowbridge. It's going to leave here in about 2 minutes, mate. And when it leaves, you go Bradford on Avon. We'll be there in about 4 minutes, mate. 4 minutes, no longer. And he went, thank you so much. He went, I'm going to fuck off the train when I get to Bradford on Avon, boys.
Get the fuck off the train. What?
And the boys just went, oh. It was flipping hilarious.
It was, wasn't it?
It was hilarious. Well, actually, it wasn't, because it was like, did he just say that?
Yeah.
Did he just say that? And the kids, the 4, not a peep. Not a peep for the rest of that journey.
No, they didn't, did they? They talked, but they didn't swear.
They were like, keep your voice down, keep your voice. And yeah, and he went like that. He went, looked out the window like this. And I just thought, what a genius.
Yeah. It's like fighting fire with fire, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
It was.
Can you believe that?
So you don't see that? I've not seen that anywhere. Like someone would just say something so plain,
Have
but just
the
use
guts.
that one word once.
I know.
And they all shut up.
I know. Didn't say a word. So yeah. Do you know anywhere else that anyone would say that?
I know.
It was so classy. It was so perfect. It was almost like an actor had got on this train and was being...
You thought he was an actor,
I
didn't
did,
you?
because I thought you couldn't be a normal person and do that.
To get into character to do that.
Yeah,
and just
it was.
Pull it off. Yeah.
He really pulled it off, and it was like, oh, what
Yeah.
flipping
Top show,
brilliant.
chap.
Excuse me, boys. Oh, it was
Yeah.
just perfect. It was absolutely perfect. So, again, we got off the train, and I just said to Bri, bloody love the English. I love them. I love them. Absolutely love it. I love that you would do that, you know? Not that I would ever have the nerve to do that, but...
I know. What? They're
What's the
putting
matter?
something heavy into the skip if you can hear a banging around. There's a skip, you know, I think it's the same all over the world, a metal bin that they're throwing things into.
We'll be over there later,
You just
getting all
think,
our stuff out of that.
No one's ever doing anything here. And
I
then
know.
The day that we want to do this, it's like, there they are. And anyway.
So that's our stories. That's
Yes.
our stories about England, about lovely England that we're leaving next week.
Yes.
You're going down to Cornwall.
Yeah, my brother's coming over from Florida, and we're going down for my dad's birthday. It's
Yeah.
his 91st birthday, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to see my brother.
Yep.
And then we are leaving England and going to, dun, dun, dun,
The US of A.
America. We're going to America. We're going to America.
La, 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 America. I like to be in America.
Yeah, we're going to America. We
Yeah.
are going to
The USA.
Colorado. We're going to Colorado for
Yeah.
a month.
Just outside of Colorado Springs.
Yes.
Up in the mountains. 8,000 feet we're going to be up.
Yes, the 4 of us. Me,
Yes.
Bri, Sonny, who is 24, our 24-year-old son, our daughter, who's 21. And we're going house sitting. So those of you who do not know us and do not know how we are traveling the world and doing what we're doing, we are huge advocates, massive users, fans, whatever you want to call it, of house sitting.
Yep.
And the house that we've got in America for 5 weeks.
6 weeks.
Is it 6?
6, yes. Well, 41 days. So whatever that is.
It is like, it's flipping gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I don't know how this has happened. There's no pets in that one.
New.
They just want someone to watch the house.
Yep.
And I applied for it. I wasn't going to, because I just thought you're not, I couldn't believe that they would let a family.
They only wanted 2 people, didn't they?
They did only want 2 people,
A
yeah.
couple, but again.
But I wrote them our story and I sent them a little video, and we've got fantastic reviews, and they were like, yep, come on over. So we're going to Colorado for 6 weeks.
Yes.
Until January. And then
Dun, dun, dun.
for 3 months,
Yes.
3
In
months,
even colder place.
we are going to British Columbia
Again.
to house sit a mountain Bernese dog,
Bernese Mountain Dog. Yeah.
Bernese mountain dog, for 3 months in a beautiful lakeside lodge.
Yes. It sounds idyllic, doesn't it?
I can't believe it.
So excited.
I'm so excited. But you know what I told you earlier about having to justify it? it's blowing us away that it's costing us nothing to
Apart
stay
from
there,
flights.
apart from flights.
Which is cheaper than rent for around here.
Hello.
Yeah, so that side of it, I'm pretty blown away.
I'm pretty blown away. Are
Yeah.
you feeling comfortable because everyone's coming out now? And
I
looking
just
at your
started away,
camera?
but we know these people now because
I
they've been our
know.
neighbours for the last 3
I know.
months, haven't
Now
they?
they're thinking what they're doing with that
What do
camera.
they do? 'Cause
Why
we
are they
we
holding
haven't-
those things?
Nobody knows what we do.
No, they don't. It's a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very secret,
Yeah.
and like nobody knows that we're YouTubers.
No.
Yeah,
We're not really, though, are we,
podcasters,
Barry?
YouTubers. Well, we are
We're not.
really, aren't we?
We're not. But yeah.
We're not. Yeah, but
Well.
we're not influencers, but we're YouTubers.
Well, you're an influencer. You influence
There you
me.
go.
I do everything you tell
Yeah,
me.
I know, but I make it the other way around.
I know. Everyone
Yeah.
thinks it is the other way around.
Let him talk.
I know. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
If
So
you only knew.
that is, that's what we're doing. We're going house sitting for 4 months. We're coming to America. We cannot wait.
Yeah.
This is somewhere that we have wanted to spend time for a long time. We've never been to Colorado. It looks like the most idyllic, beautiful place ever.
Yep.
We love Americans, absolutely love American people and Canadian people. We just can't wait to be
especially
around you.
yeah.
And
I've never done. Oh, we have done an American Christmas because we did one in upstate New York with my cousin.
yeah,
And so it's a fly flying around next door. Is that? Let's see what that is. It's actually a spider. I just don't want it to be zoomed in on the spider.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be without family this time.
yes.
So
Well, our family.
yeah. Well, yeah.
And
As in,
that is the thing as well that I would just wanted to say, because this trip that we have been doing, we've come away from New Zealand to reconnect and to heal, and to the last 3 months I've written a book about grief and loss and healing. And we decided, because my brother said, come here for Christmas. I mean, he's got 4 kids of his own. He's got a house full. He's got his own life. Your sister's got children and
Yep,
grandchildren, and your dad only lives in a little place. He couldn't accommodate us like that. And we're like, do you know what? Christmas is a time for family, like people with their own family, unless you've got like a big place that you can all get together and all be together. But we contemplated it, and we were backwards and forwards, and we were like, we don't really want to put ourselves, a family of 4, onto other people at a time when, I know Christmas is about all your family, but anyway, all that to say, we just wanted to make it our family Christmas, make memories with
a bit like what we did last year.
our family.
And it was just, because you just don't know when next year we're all going to be together. You just don't know. It could
I
be
know.
all over the world, like we were saying last week.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
So the things we're really, really looking forward to it, and the things we're nervous about is we haven't got any cold clothes. We haven't. I mean,
No.
literally, we
That's
don't.
something I'm standing here.
Yeah,
on this, but-
we haven't got any clothes, so we're thinking we'll probably get them when we get to America, or maybe before we go. I don't know.
No, because it's flying with them. I think we just get there. We've got enough jumpers and things. If it's raining, then we'll have to stay in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 3 months house sitting in Canada and a month house sitting in America.
Yeah.
It just feels, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it.
Yeah.
Now, I won't go into it here because we're actually going to make a separate podcast about house sitting, because I tell you what, it has saved us.
Thousands and thousands.
It has.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even like to
Yeah.
guess how much it's saved us.
Not when you look at some of these houses that they have on the likes of Airbnb and Booking.com and stuff like that. Some of these houses are ridiculous amounts of money, as in they're like $29,000 a month.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah.
huh? Who's going to pay that? Because it's 90 minutes from Aspen and 40 minutes from Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So it's up there in the mountain ranges and stuff, like, so I'm
It's got a
so
hot
looking
tub.
forward to it. Yes,
It's got a pool table.
Yeah.
It's got an open fire.
An
It's
outdoor
got
fire
telly,
pit. Yeah.
couches. Kids have got their own room. We've got our own room.
Yeah.
It's just like,
We-
what's the
mean,
catch?
We don't have to go to the pub.
No, no.
We can just play Christmas pool.
And we're so excited to take you there and show
Yeah.
you around, bring you podcasts from there. And then, of course, when we go to Canada, my gorgeous Canada that I adore with all my
We're
heart.
going to be able to ski, I believe.
We
in
are.
Canada,
We're going
aren't
to
we?
ski,
Yeah.
and we flipping cannot wait.
Yeah,
We
so
cannot
excited.
wait.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is our big news.
Yes.
And that's what I was going to say. If you're interested in house sitting, we have got, and believe me, I don't mind, I'll sing this till the cows come home. It's saved us a fortune. If it's something you want to do, I've written so many posts about this on my blog. I'll put the link down below. It's called A Trusted House Sitter's Honest Review. I wrote it when we'd done 27 house sits by then, but now we've done far more than that. We've just been house sitting in Somerset for a month this summer. Oh, anyway,
Back in August.
We've done lots and lots of it, and we've got a discount code that we can give you because we use them, because I'm an affiliate for them, and we use them a lot. I've got a discount code, so if you did want to use it, the discount code will be in that blog post. So I'll put it down below in the description below. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Superb, and we can't wait to bring you footage and podcasts from there. Really, really excited. Yeah. Right.
Time to wrap up.
Yes. And also, before I go, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support that you've given me about writing my second book, about writing this book on loss and grieving and healing. I'm going to share more about that with you next week when we speak to you. Brian said he's going to interview.
I'm going to do an interview with Liz because you have just finished your book, and now it's with the formatter and the cover designer to take it to the next level, and then you will have hopefully the book when we do the next podcast, which is going to be me interviewing you about how you came about it and how you did it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That'll be really
that'll be
lovely.
great.
But thank you for all your support. Okay, so until next time, thank you for being here, for giving us your ears, for giving us your heart and your love and your support. My heart beats with yours, and I will speak to you soon.
Yep, so kia kaha, stay strong, kia u, stay true. Go and support your local pub. No matter where you are in the world, they're a tradition. Let's not lose them because they're great meeting places for communities and things like that. And,
Absolutely.
it's just go and support them.
Yes.
Just have a glass of Coke if you don't want to drink the alcohol.
Thank you, England, for looking after us so well.
Yeah.
We love you. Bye.
See you now. Bye.
After 16 years of living in New Zealand, moving from Britain, we have returned back to the UK with our family to spend time over here. And this week, we're going to share the challenges that we've faced being back in the old home country. It's a completely different feel to how it was when we were here the last time.
Yeah.
It's expensive, mind you.
I look at it sometimes as like, if you were to go back to New Zealand by ourselves, I can't think of anything better. Sometimes.
Oh, see?
No, yeah, but I can't.
I'm sorry,
no, but
Brian.
I'm just saying, I can't.
I can't think of anything worse.
What?
Sit back and enjoy this podcast as we share the ups and the downs of coming back to the UK.